Miguel Gunn's newcomer could be of interest. Let's get up to Jerry for the final time.
And that off in the Thurles end of season bump for 4-year-olds over 2 miles. 6 runners taken along in the early stages by Lady of the Locke. Leads already by 3 lengths to the Lookout Man. In third place is called Cannon. Mr. McCallum next on the inside with a couple of lengths to Harry's Dream and La Lupa. Up to the highest point of the course they go. The leader is Lady of the Locke, followed by the Lookout Man. 3-4 lengths between them. In third place, the favourite called Cannon. Mainly white colours. Making the bend in fourth is Mr. McCallum. Together at the back, Harry's Dream and La Lupa. Good spaces between first and last. It's Lady of the Locke and Raymond Barron cutting out the running. They show 4 in front of the Lookout Man and John Gleeson. Breaking 6 lengths cleared of the third running called Cannon and Finn Teggetmar. Mr. McCallum races along in fourth for Billy Coonan. La Lupa, Stephen Cahill, just a place in front of the trailing 2, Harry's Dream and Fidelma Elvin. Making the turn into the straight the first time, 1.5 miles to go. The leader is Lady of the Locke. From the Lookout Man, third is called Cannon. Then Mr. McCallum, La Lupa, Harry's Dream. Little changes. Racing down the straight, all coming stand side. Lady of the Locke, followed by the Lookout Man, called Cannon third. Mr. McCallum in fourth, and then La Lupa and Harry's Dream. Just outside the furlong point. All 6 runners racing by themselves. Lady of the Locke, tracked all the while by the Lookout Man called Cannon. A little bit closer in third. Then Mr. McCallum was followed by Harry's Dream and La Lupa. And they come past the winning post. Finishing next time, Lady of the Locke, the Lookout Man called Cannon, Mr. McCallum, La Lupa and Harry's Dream. Making the bend towards the far side. Soon coming up to the halfway stage, the Thurles end of season bumper. It's Lady of the Locke, extending her lead to 4 to 5 lengths on entering the back straight from the Lookout Man called Cannon third. He's been from the outset. And then Mr. McCallum, La Lupa, Harry's Dream. They're at halfway. Lady of the Locke now by 6 lengths to the Lookout Man. In third is called Cannon. And Mr. McCallum, La Lupa and Harry's Dream. Still little changes in the order. Returning to the point at which they started. Lady of the Locke, followed by the Lookout Man called Cannon third. Then Mr. McCallum. Going up on the side of Mr. McCallum, La Lupa, Harry's Dream. Continuing the top end of the back straight, Lady of the Locke, from the Lookout Man called Cannon third. Then Mr. McCallum, La Lupa and Harry's Dream as they turn across the top of the track. Lady of the Locke continues to put in a good shift. Chased from Flagfall by the Lookout Man called Cannon. In third place. 6 lengths off the second, and then Harry's Dream who makes a move. La Lupa knocked back to last is Mr. McCallum. 3.5 furlongs from home. It's Lady of the Locke by over 5 lengths to the Lookout Man. Starting to close together called Cannon and Harry's Dream, who's now been wound up, and then La Lupa and Mr. McCallum. In they come the final time, the final race, and as they straighten up, it is in the lead, Lady of the Locke, but not so far in front of the Lookout Man. Running on the outside is called Cannon, and then Harry's Dream, who gets reminders. Racing to the final furlong and a half, Lady of the Locke from the Lookout Man called Cannon is under serious pressure in third place. It's Lady of the Locke and the Lookout Man continuing 1 and 2. Called Cannon a few lengths off them in third. Racing to the final 150 yards. It's Lady of the Locke, who's quite determined in front. From the Lookout Man called Cannon's beaten off in third. And up towards the finish, it is Lady of the Locke, seeing them all off for Raymond Barron. Second is the Lookout Man called Cannon third.
Yeah, good front running ride by Ray Barron to land their last race. Lady of the Lock gives Charles Burns another winner.